formerly Nikki, and I was a student athlete at McNary High School. Probably one of my favorite moments as a student athlete was my senior year. We went to a volleyball camp, and it was a week-long camp, and it was very intense, and all of us just did our best to try and make it through the week so that we could earn the I Survived t-shirt. Playing and playing and playing and training, and we'd have to go up and down stairs for meals, and we earned that, and that was the season that we all really came together as a team, and that was probably my most memorable sports experience at McNary. Especially our senior year with volleyball especially, that team was such a special core group of people, and we went through so much together. I mean, we took 5th in state my senior year, which was really a huge accomplishment because we weren't the biggest team, we weren't the best team, but what we had was camaraderie. And being able to beat those teams that on paper should have beat us, and then beating them was such a huge moment of pride for all of us, and it's something that all of us just have those memories that we carry with us still, and we still talk about it. I mean, relive the good old days, right? But it was such a special time in life that, you know, you don't realize you're in the good old days until they've already passed, and it really was a special time. Our theme for the whole senior year was Tigger, and one of our requirements that Borison made for us was we had to memorize the Tigger song. So that was our theme, was we were always Tiggers because we jump and we bounce, bounce, bounce. Our senior year again for volleyball, when we were going up to state up in Portland, all the moms, they went in ahead of us and they decorated our entire team bus in Tigger stuff, and then they'd gone up to the hotel rooms that we were staying at and they decorated all of our rooms and everything. And I just think back and what an extra little fun thing to get us ready and focused for the state tournament, you know? I mean, that's just the kind of support that we had that year. It was really a special year. Yeah, Kaiser, I had a really great high school experience. I mean, no high school experience is perfect, but I had a great experience and I loved it, and I loved growing up in Kaiser. It was a really great opportunity. After high school, I accepted a full scholarship at University of Utah, so I moved to Salt Lake City in August after graduation, and I played there for all 4 years of my college experience. We had some ups and downs in the seasons, had a really great experience there. I consider it such a blessing that softball was a vehicle that allowed me to receive, you know, a full ride scholarship to have an education. You know, it was such a blessing. And then I think it was my senior year of college, I was talking with the first base coach at University of Washington, and he suggested I go play overseas. So after playing for 4 years there, I made some connections over in Europe and went and played for a team called the Terresvogels in the Netherlands, in a little town called Haarlem, Holland, and lived there for 7.5 months and played softball and was able to meet great people from literally all over the world. We were able to play in Spain and go to Russia for a European Cup, and it was really, really, what a great experience that softball has provided for me to have all these great experiences in life and meet so many people that I'm still friends with to this day. My parents, first of all, Landy and Lori Hayhurst, they guided me, pushed me, encouraged me, coached me since I was 3 years old. I started playing softball when I was 3. So obviously I have them to thank more than anything. My volleyball coach, Borison, my softball coach, Avinen, both of them were amazing. I always appreciated Avinen for keeping a level head for the most part and dealing with us girls and our up and down emotions, and I just really appreciated both of them. As far as teachers, Borison, of course, as my English teacher, I still give myself those bonus points when I use his vocab words. If you cut corners in the gym, you'll cut corners in life. And so I always took that to heart and still use that phrase and that concept to this day. I remember it was because we would be running around the volleyball court. If we would cut inside, he would give us a hard time about it. And I still will, if I have an opportunity to take the easy way or to take the right way, even in life now, I take the right way, because at that time when I was, you know, an impressionable teenager who thought I knew everything but didn't, as most teenagers do, I try and do the right thing now because it's the right thing to do. And you know what? 99.9% of the time that works out for me. So I'm really thankful for those type of life lessons. One thing that sports also does that you don't realize when you're playing is it's teaching you life lessons. So it's not teaching you, sure, it's important to arrive early and stay late and work extra hard. Borison used to call me a gym rat, and Avinen used to call me a field rat, because I would just stay after and just one more round of grounders, one more round of serving. There's value that you learn on the field. There's teamwork that you learn. So going into an office setting, or when I worked at the YMCA, you work in a team. You work as a team, and you succeed as a team, and you fail as a team. And that's really at the time it's sports, and yes, and that's all that matters is the actual sport, but sports is really a metaphor for life. Being able to work together, to succeed together, to know your role, whether it's a leader or a follower on the team, whether it's knowing when to push harder, knowing when to set back. That's something that I really appreciate now that I can look back on my high school days with my coaches and my teammates. I always tried to push harder and think back and say there was a time and a place for everything. And I am so grateful to have those experiences under my belt, so to speak, so that I can now use those in my life with my own children. It's really been sports has been a wonderful metaphor in life, especially. Well, I moved out of Kaiser when I graduated high school, and whenever I go back now, it's funny because it's the same but it's different. The Sherry's is still there where we all hung out. It's big enough that kids, especially high school kids, get to have their independence, get to explore a world in a safe way, but it's still small enough that there's a value to having a small town feel and a small town vibe, and I feel so blessed to have grown up in Kaiser. I love the camaraderie of Kaiser. I love that so many people that I grew up with, parents and kids alike, still live there. I mean, that really speaks a lot to the Kaiser community. I just feel incredibly thankful and blessed to be provided this opportunity to be considered for the Hall of Fame. It's such an honor. I played for McNary because I was a proud Celtic and loved volleyball, I love softball, and so to recognize with that 20 years later is just an incredible honor, and I'm very thankful, and I just want to say thanks to all of you.